Your focus is being harvested by the millisecond, but you have exactly 1 minute to take it back. Stop scrolling. Feel that phantom itch in your palm? That's the tether. Your brain is being rewired in real time by predatory code. By tonight, you'll lose another 3 hours to a digital coma. Silicon Valley has spent billions to capture your attention, but they forgot about the biological override hidden in ancient breathwork. Your brain is currently trapped in a high-frequency dopamine loop designed by engineers to keep you scrolling until you're numb. Your grey matter is screaming, cooked in a high-frequency dopamine sizzle by algorithms that want you passive. But there is a kill switch. We aren't using apps or focus timers. We are using controlled hypoxia to physically sever the digital connection. We're using high-intensity ancient breathwork to force a biological override, reclaiming your mind from the digital parasite before your cognitive sovereignty is gone forever. Welcome back to reality. Let's talk about the world we are living in right now, in 2026. We've moved past simple push notifications on a screen. We are dealing with ambient computing, predictive algorithms that know what you want before you do, and early-stage neural link notifications that buzz right at the edge of your peripheral awareness. These systems have effectively colonized the human attention span. You need to understand that a dopamine loop isn't just a bad habit. It is a physiological trap. Every time an algorithm serves you a perfectly tailored piece of outrage, validation, or novelty, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. This neurotransmitter bypasses your conscious will. It reinforces the behavior, narrowing your entire world down to the glowing rectangle in front of you. You don't consciously choose to keep scrolling. Your biology is hijacked to ensure you never focus again. You cannot think your way out of a physiological trap. You cannot outsmart an algorithm that processes millions of data points a second. You need a biological hard reset. You need to shock your prefrontal cortex back to life now, or let the algorithm own your consciousness forever. So, how do we weaponize your lungs and choke out the machine? We use rhythmic hyperventilation. Now, let's separate the myth from the science. When we do this technique, we aren't actually flooding the brain with extra oxygen. Your blood is already operating at about 98% oxygen saturation under normal conditions. What we are actually doing is forcefully expelling carbon dioxide. By blowing off massive amounts of CO2, we shift the pH of your blood, making it temporarily more alkaline. This state, known as respiratory alkalosis, does two very important things. First, it triggers a controlled stress response in your sympathetic nervous system. It sends a cold rush of adrenaline through your body, instantly shattering digital lethargy. Second, the drop in CO2 causes the blood vessels in your brain to constrict slightly. This sounds terrifying, but in a controlled setting, it is the exact mechanism that dials down the noise. The analytical, ruminating part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex that is constantly analyzing social media feeds and anticipating the next notification, gets temporarily quieted. You shift out of the anxious, predictive mind and drop precipitously into a primal, embodied state of awareness. The internal monologue, shaped by your feeds, simply loses its power to speak. We are going beyond simple meditation to disrupt contemporary distractions with visceral, high-intensity breathing techniques. Here is the exact protocol. Before we begin, a mandatory rule. You only do this sitting or lying down in a safe environment. Never while driving, never while standing, and absolutely never in or near water. We are playing with powerful physiological levers, and you need to respect your biology. Also, as an added measure of caution, consult a physician and let them know what you plan to do, just to make sure you can safely undertake this form of intense breathing exercise. Step 1 is the rhythmic hyperventilation. First, close your eyes. Now, you're going to take 30 deep, forceful breaths. Pull the air in deeply through your nose or mouth, expanding your belly and then your chest. Then, just let it go. Do not force the exhale, just let the natural elasticity of your lungs push the air out. Inhale deeply, let it go. It should sound like a wave crashing. Around breath 15, you will feel a tingling in your hands, your feet, or your face. You might feel lightheaded. That is the phantom itch of the tether breaking. That is the blood pH shifting. Keep going. On the 30th breath, take one final massive inhale, filling your lungs to maximum capacity. And then let the air out entirely. Empty your lungs. And now, hold. This is the state of controlled hypoxia. Because you blew off all your carbon dioxide during the 30 breaths, your brain's primary trigger to breathe is gone. You will sit in empty silence for 1 minute, maybe 2. During this retention phase, pay attention to the stark contrast between the raw intensity of your body and the artificial, low-stakes comfort of your digital environment. Eventually, the air hunger will rise. The survival mechanism deep in your brainstem will wake up and demand oxygen. This is the moment you pierce the veil. In that microsecond of pure survival instinct, your nervous system violently prioritizes your physical biological existence over any digital signal. The algorithm ceases to exist. There is only you, the room, and the primal need for air. When you can't hold it anymore, take a massive recovery breath in, hold it at the top for 15 seconds, and let it go. When you release that final breath, open your eyes. Notice the colors in the room. Notice the absolute stillness in your mind. Smell the air, ground your senses, and reclaim your sovereignty before the algorithm recalibrates. What you are experiencing right now is pre-algorithmic consciousness. It is the state of human thought that exists before being filtered through trending topics, targeted ads, or data profiles. It is unmediated, pure human focus. This clarity is your weapon. But insights gained in this state will fade if you don't ground them. When you finish this breathwork, do not immediately touch your phone. Use this window of extreme neuroplasticity to engage in deep work. Write. Read a physical book. Look out a window and allow yourself to be bored. By repeatedly inducing this physiological disruption, you are building a permanent psychological barrier against intrusive digital marketing. When you know what raw, visceral reality feels like, the cheap dopamine hits of your timeline begin to feel incredibly hollow. The digital rot is ice-burned from your synapses. This isn't a parlor trick. It is a daily tactical defense mechanism. Your focus is being harvested, but you now have the tools to take it back. I recommend integrating this protocol, 3 rounds of 30 breaths, followed by the retention phase, every morning before you look at a single screen. Make it the very first thing you do. Before the machine gets to dictate your mood, dictate it yourself. The long-term benefits of this reclamation are profound. You will begin to notice your deep focus capabilities returning. Your attention span will stretch from seconds back into hours. You will regain emotional autonomy, no longer subject to the manufactured outrage cycles that drive engagement metrics. The engineers in Silicon Valley are smart, but they are fighting millions of years of human evolution. I challenge you to maintain your cognitive sovereignty. Choose biological intensity over digital convenience. The next time you feel the mindless urge to reach for your device, stop. Take one deep breath. Choose reality. Weaponize your breath. And take your mind back. If you found this presentation interesting and informative, please like and share the video and subscribe to this channel for more mind-freeing content.